Have you ever heard of a luxury car so controversial that mentioning it at a Rolls-Royce meetup might actually ruin friendships? Yeah, it's that polarizing. You probably can't pronounce its name, and you'd struggle to find it on a map. Quick hint, it's somewhere in France. But trust me, if you know your Rolls-Royce history, you're already thinking of this car. Allow me to introduce the Rolls-Royce Camargue, one of the most debated luxury cars ever made. Even Rolls-Royce openly admits this car splits opinions. Here's the quick story. Back in the late 60s, Rolls-Royce wanted a bold new design to replace their two-door Silver Shadow. But instead of staying safe with their British designers at Mulliner Park Ward, they made a surprising move. They called in the Italians from Pininfarina. But why? Well, according to Rolls-Royce boss David Plasto, the Italians understood the Rolls-Royce culture. Basically, they could add Italian style without sacrificing British elegance. The head of styling at Pininfarina, Paolo Martini, had one job: create something modern, sleek, and unmistakably Rolls-Royce. Easy, right? His team stripped a Silver Shadow down to its chassis and completely transformed it. The Camargue got sharper lines, a lower roof, wider stance, an angled windshield, and for the first time ever on a Rolls-Royce, curved side windows. I know curved windows might not sound revolutionary now, but back then it was like Rolls-Royce going rock and roll. Beneath that distinctive body, Rolls-Royce packed in serious luxury. It had independent suspension front and back, automatic height control, and delivered that legendary Rolls-Royce magic carpet. Under the hood was a silky smooth 6.75-litre V8, paired with a 3-speed automatic transmission. Because honestly, who buys a Rolls-Royce to shift gears manually? Designing a Rolls-Royce with metric measurements? Yep, that was a first. And it was just one of many ways the Camargue broke tradition. Working alongside Rolls-Royce designers, Pininfarina's Paolo Martini crafted a car with sharp lines and bold angles, instantly setting it apart from the curvier Silver Shadow. But one tiny design tweak sparked the most controversy: the grille. See, Rolls-Royce decided to tilt the top of the iconic Pantheon grille forward by just 4 degrees. Sounds minor, right? But to Rolls-Royce purists, this was practically car design blasphemy. Even the automaker admits this was the Camargue's most debated styling choice. But this car wasn't just about looks. It was built like a tank. Rolls-Royce proudly stated that the Camargue's body shell was so strong, it passed every major US crash test, including side impact, rear impact, roof impact, and even a full frontal 30-mile-per-hour collision. All with the same car. That's right, they wrecked it over and over, and it just kept passing. Now step inside and things get even more interesting. The cabin was wrapped in ultra-soft Nuella leather, complemented by rich burl walnut veneer. The gauges, surrounded by matte black frames, giving the dashboard a subtle cockpit-like vibe. And for peak comfort, Rolls-Royce introduced something completely new, an all-dual level air conditioning system. Because obviously, one level of climate control just wasn't Rolls-Royce enough. March 1975, that's when Rolls-Royce unveiled the Camargue to the world. And over the next 12 years, they built just 529 of them. To some, that's a tragedy. To others, it was the long overdue end to what they saw as automotive blasphemy. Now, I'll admit, there was a time when I thought the Camargue was just odd, a little frumpy, a bit too boxy, like someone tried to redesign a Rolls-Royce using only a ruler and a deep sense of confusion. But over time, I get it. Its design is simple. Well, simple by Rolls-Royce standards. Sure, it lacks the grand curves of its more traditional siblings, but those sharp, defined lines and slab-sided profile give it exactly what every Rolls-Royce needs: presence. And let's be real, only 529 ever built? That just makes it even more exclusive. And if there's one thing Rolls-Royce does better than anyone, it's making their cars feel like membership to an elite club. But now it's your turn. What do you think of the Rolls-Royce Camargue? A bold experiment in luxury, or the result of a design meeting that should have ended with a firm no? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.